U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and China's Vice Premier He Lipeng held talks early on Saturday, May 10th, in Geneva, China's state-owned news agency Xinhua reported. Their meeting comes weeks after escalating tensions that led to tariffs on goods imports between the world's two largest economies, soaring well beyond 100%. Prospects for a major breakthrough appear dim, but there is hope that the two countries will scale back the massive tariffs they've slapped on each other's goods. This in turn threatened world financial markets and companies on both sides of the Pacific Ocean that depend on U.S.-China trade.
This is just the first of many trade deals to come. Get ready for more historic deals in our country to boom like never before.
Ahead of crucial trade talks, U.S. President Donald Trump signaled on May 9th that he might reduce tariffs on China to 80%, down from the current 145% rate. This comes ahead of key U.S.-China trade talks scheduled this weekend in Switzerland. In a Truth Social post, Trump stated, quote-unquote, 80% tariff on China seems right, up to Scott Bessent. He was referring to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who is expected to lead the U.S. representatives in talks with his Chinese counterparts during the Swiss meeting. Trump later posted, many trade deals in the hopper, all good, great ones, signaling wider trade efforts. Notably, an 80% tariff is still steep, but a clear shift from Trump's hardline stance just days ago. It also remains far higher than the 10% base tariff used in the new US-UK trade deal announced on May 8th. However, it's unclear whether Trump sees 80% as a long-term rate or simply a step toward a final agreement. In another Truth Social post, Trump urged China to open up its market to the U.S., stating that it would be beneficial for them, adding that closed markets no longer work. Remember, China remains Trump's biggest target as he tries to reset U.S. trade policy heading into 2025. Other U.S. allies got temporary tariff relief in April, but China faced escalating penalties. Now, both the U.S. and China have tariffs over 100% on many goods, deepening economic tensions. China is one of America's largest trading partners, with over $580 billion in goods exchanged in 2024. The latest shipping data shows a drastic decline in the amount of goods moving from China to the U.S., leading to concerns about the potential for higher prices or even shortages of certain goods in the coming weeks.
All of this happened because of President Trump's implementation of powerful tariffs to end the era of economic surrender and rebalance America's trading agreements. American workers and companies are the best in the world, and they finally have a president who has their backs, fights for them, and delivers good deals that puts them first. This is just the first of many trade deals to come. Get ready for more historic deals in our country to boom like never before. On that note, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Ambassador Jamieson Greer will meet with the lead representatives on economic matters from the People's Republic of China over the weekend in Switzerland. As President Trump has said, the United States and China have been talking for some time over the course of the administration, and now teams from both countries will meet in person to continue discussions. You can be certain that President Trump and his trade team will ensure we work to achieve the best deal possible for America.
U.S. President Donald Trump last month raised U.S. tariffs on China to a combined 145%, and China retaliated by hitting American imports with a 125% levy. This led to the countries boycotting each other's products, disrupting trade that last year topped $660 billion. During Trump's first term, the U.S. alleged that China uses unfair tactics to give itself an edge in advanced technologies such as quantum computing and driverless cars. These include forcing U.S. and other foreign companies to hand over trade secrets in exchange for access to the Chinese market, using government money to subsidize domestic tech firms, and outright theft of sensitive technologies. Those issues were never fully resolved. After nearly 2 years of negotiation, the United States and China reached a so-called Phase 1 agreement in January 2020. The U.S. agreed then not to go ahead with even higher tariffs on China, and Beijing agreed to buy more American products. The tough issues, like China's subsidies, were left for future negotiations. But China didn't come through with the promised purchases, partly because COVID-19 disrupted global commerce just after the Phase 1 truce was announced. Trump is also agitated by America's massive trade deficit with China, which came to $263 billion last year.